Wake up in the morning feeling good right now. I know it. Where my joy come from? It's the morning. Oh, it's the morning. Oh.
What's up, everybody? What's up? How y'all feeling? I hope that you're doing well. Man, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Before we get started, we're approaching the end of the year, and I realize this is the time of the year where depression rates and stress rates usually rise as we think about the holidays, as we think about wanting to spend more time with family, and maybe sometimes your circumstance doesn't allow. That's kind of the topic of today, because this is something I used to struggle with, and it's a mindset thing that has to shift up here. Obviously, that's where the mind is. But anyway, before we get started, y'all know how we do it. Let's take a second, let's breathe. Get yourself in a comfortable position. I don't know if you're outside hanging on your way to work, you're already at work, whatever the case may be. You know I don't talk alone because I'm talking to myself and I got stuff to do, just like you do. Bars. Anyway, here we go. Y'all ready? Breathe in and out. Try to breathe as deeply as possible. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more time. Breathe in and out. All right. Life to me is the sum total of three things: what you think, what you speak, and what you act on. There's a fourth, I guess. It could be a fifth. You know, what you're listening to, who you're around. But I think on some personal, like things that you could do if you had no access to anything. What you're thinking about, what you're speaking on, and what you're acting on is the result of what happens next in life. And that is a major thing we have to be careful of, regardless of what religion, what faith, whatever it is that you grew up on. I think we can all agree that the law of attraction is a real thing. And what you put out into the air, we call it karma. Karma is the word that everybody is pretty much universally comfortable with saying, but at the same time, karma is nothing but the law of attraction. You know, what you give is what you get. What they say, the golden rule is treat people how you want them to treat you. And I think that applies in every situation of life. Like, how you treat yourself is exactly what yourself will give and get back. You know, do that make sense? Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, and I might be trying to be too deep with what I said, but anyway, basically all I'm saying is what you think on. The things that you spend your most time thinking when you're in solitude, or when you're taking a second to figure out things. What you're thinking about, you're going to create more of. So if you're thinking about stressful situations, you're going to create more stress, not even realizing you're doing it, because now every action that you take based on what you're thinking about is an effort to try to tackle something that is out of your control, right? Without a vision, without a plan, you're going to perish anyway. So something that's stressing you out, I think the biggest thing to do, the thing that has helped me the most, is to write it down, say it out loud. Not really say it out loud, but write it down. Like, we know what it is. I've said it before. You got to focus on the solution part of it now. But the solution can't be to act out of a stressful situation, for instance. And I think the best way to say it is, put it in monetary terms, right? Say, for instance, you owe money somewhere, but you don't have a budget. So you're going to spend all of your time trying to pay off what you owe, but you're never even protecting yourself from future situations that could possibly arise. Now let's put it in a small number. Say, for instance, you owe $100, right? But then you make $100, and the first thing you think to do is to pay the whole thing off, but now you're left with zero. So now you have to start over again. And who knows, maybe there's another situation that could come to put you in another hole. Like, nah, like come up with a plan, a budget, if you will, a plan, a budget, a way that you could tackle this thing incrementally that allows you to continue to explore the happiness part of life as you tackle the stressful part of life. Because at the end of the day, usually to be in a stressful situation is because we put ourselves there based on a previous mindset. So I talk a lot about, breaking habits, breaking the tradition of ways that you think and ways that we move. Can't say you, I'm talking about myself. Break the habit of ways I used to move. Break the habit of ways I used to think. Break the habit of things I used to say. You got to speak out of your mouth and believe the things that you say. Because whether you believe them or not, the fact that it's said it lives in the subconscious realm. I'm a firm believer in that. You may or may not be, but I believe that what you think, what you say, and what you act on is the direct solution, the direct result, not solution, the direct result of where you are right now. So figure it out. Figure out how you could tackle what's bothering you in a different way. I could shed more light about myself on that topic, but like I said, I like to keep it short. I dealing with stuff internally instead of sometimes coming up with the best possible plan, and in turn it turns into it's like a compound interest effect where it continues to happen. And just recently, like prior to this podcast, or maybe like a year or two ago, I started getting myself out of the habit of thinking like that. Because no person is the same and everybody deals with issue in a different form. So what is one person's problem is not necessarily somebody else's problem. So comparing yourself to what somebody else has going on, or comparing your situation to somebody else's, or making your situation deem it's bigger than somebody else's is continuing the loop. Like, nah, everybody's dealing with something, but the way that we all deal with it is in a different form. Find your form of dealing, but also protect yourself and your inner peace at the same time. And it is possible to do. I don't care who said, yes, it may be hard, but also working out is hard if you don't normally do it. Lifting weights heavy is hard if you don't normally lift heavy. Running a long couple miles is hard if you don't normally run miles. So we got to figure out how to reinvent and revamp ourselves to become the best versions of ourselves by the way we think about things, the way we speak on things that we're thinking about, the way we're speaking on things. So if you, I've said it before, Earl Nightingale said this, a brain is like a farm. You can plant whatever you want and it's gonna reap whatever you sow. So if you plant poison is what you're gonna get back. Negative thoughts, hatred, unpleasant thinking, whatever you plant, that's what's gonna be there. If you plant corn and you plant vegetation and all the things that can help you. If you notice, I'm resorting to vegetation because usually those have very good effects on the brain. But on top of that, when you plant those type of things into your brain, constantly learning something new, watching stuff that actually help benefit knowledge and growth and the mindset of where you want to be in life, those things manifest itself little by little. You don't believe me? Start with something small. Start with something small, like, I don't know, why don't you get up every day and start saying today is a good day? And what's weird is the fake it till you make it thing, which I've spoke about, it becomes reality. I talked about it before, how you wake up in the morning, how you challenge yourself, it sets the tone for your day. Try for 30 days, get up every day and say something positive to yourself. And it may sound and feel stupid, but do it. Guarantee you notice a difference. Guarantee there's certain elements to life that's not going to bother you as much as it used to, because you realize that with a plan, with a course of action, and with the right mindset, it could easily be taken care of. With the work, with the action that's behind it. Anyway, y'all know me. My talks end up turning into rambling, and some of this stuff may or may not make sense, but whatever. I'm about to post this anyway. Hope y'all having a great day. Hope your Labor Day was great. I hope everything about what's going on in life is steering you in a direction that you want to be, as I'm, again, talking to myself. It's hot. I'm about to get out of this sun. But have a great day, y'all. Today is the 7th anniversary of me and my wife, Nicole. So we about to have a good day. All right? No excuses. Yo, if you like that episode, all I need you to do is subscribe, like, and comment. And make sure you share it with somebody because maybe this piece of content could help them. Let's keep it going.